What if the difference between success and failure lies in the small, seemingly insignificant choices we make every day? Jeff Olson's The Slight Edge explores how these small actions, repeated consistently, shape our future. This is the story of how I embraced the philosophy of the slight edge, transforming my habits, mindset, and life one small step at a time. By focusing on these seemingly minor decisions, I discovered how they accumulate into profound, life-changing outcomes over time. Olson begins by emphasizing that success doesn't come from dramatic, overnight transformations, but from simple disciplines practiced daily. He argues that these small actions, while easy to do, are also easy to neglect, and therein lies the secret. I began applying this principle by focusing on small, manageable changes in my daily routine. For instance, instead of aiming to overhaul my diet, I committed to drinking more water and adding one healthy meal each day. Instead of setting a lofty goal to read dozens of books, I started reading 10 pages every night. These small, consistent actions created momentum that built over time. At first, the changes seemed insignificant, almost invisible in their impact. However, as weeks turned into months, I noticed the compounding effects. My energy levels increased, my knowledge expanded, and I felt a growing sense of accomplishment. Olson's lesson taught me that the slight edge is always at work, either building us up or pulling us down. By choosing simple disciplines and repeating them consistently, I began to take control of my trajectory and saw my life steadily improve. Olson introduces the concept of two curves, the success curve and the failure curve. Both are shaped by the small decisions we make daily. While these decisions may not seem impactful in the moment, they compound over time, leading to drastically different outcomes. I began reflecting on my own habits and decisions, identifying which ones were moving me toward success and which were leading me toward failure. For example, spending an extra hour watching TV instead of working on a personal project felt harmless at first, but I realized it was placing me on the failure curve. Conversely, dedicating even 15 minutes to my goals each day kept me on the success curve. This awareness helped me make more intentional choices. I started asking myself, is this decision putting me on the success curve or the failure curve? This simple question became a guiding principle, helping me align my actions with my long-term aspirations. I realized that the path to success is not about big leaps, but about consistent progress. Olson's insight reminded me that the cumulative effect of small, positive decisions leads to transformative results over time. Olson explains that the slight edge requires us to embrace the mundane tasks that others overlook. Success is not glamorous. It's built on repetition and perseverance in doing the small things that matter. I started focusing on mastering the mundane in my own life. Whether it was sticking to a morning routine, practicing gratitude, or consistently saving a small portion of my income, I committed to these simple actions. At first, they felt monotonous, almost insignificant. However, I trusted Olson's promise that these small efforts would pay off over time. Over months, I began to see tangible results. My finances improved as small savings grew into significant amounts. My mindset became more positive through daily affirmations and gratitude practices. My productivity increased as I established routines that minimized distractions. Olson's lesson taught me that the mundane tasks others dismiss as insignificant are the very foundation of success. Mastering them requires patience, trust in the process, and a commitment to consistency. One of the most profound lessons in the slight edge is the ripple effect, how our small actions influence not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Olson emphasizes that every decision we make sends ripples outward, creating impact beyond what we can see. I began noticing how my choices affected others. For example, by adopting healthier habits, I inspired friends and family to do the same. By staying consistent in my work, I motivated colleagues to raise their standards. Even simple acts, like maintaining a positive attitude during challenges, created ripples that uplifted those around me. These ripple effects reinforce the importance of the slight edge in creating positive change. This realization added a sense of responsibility to my actions. Knowing that my choices could inspire or discourage others encouraged me to stay committed to my goals. Olson's insight reminded me that the slight edge is not just about personal success, but about creating a ripple of positive impact in the world. Every small action became an opportunity to contribute to a larger wave of influence and change. Consistency is the cornerstone of the slight edge philosophy. Olson explains that success comes from showing up and doing the right things day after day, even when the results are not immediately visible. I embrace this principle by committing to small, consistent actions, even on days when motivation waned. For instance, I continued exercising even when I didn't feel like it and wrote daily, even if it was just a few sentences. These habits became non-negotiable, ingrained into my routine. They served as a reminder that effort, not perfection, drives progress. Over time, the cumulative effect of these consistent actions became undeniable. I saw progress in areas where I had previously struggled, from personal fitness to professional achievements. I realized that consistency was the bridge between goals and accomplishments. Olson's lesson reinforced that success is less about talent or luck and more about the relentless commitment to doing the small things right. By embracing this approach, I built habits that fueled long-term growth. Olson highlights the power of time as a multiplier. He argues that the small actions we take today may not yield immediate results, but given time, they compound into significant outcomes. The slight edge is a long-term game. I started viewing time as an ally rather than an enemy. Instead of seeking instant gratification, I focused on planting seeds that would grow over weeks, months, and years. For example, I began investing small amounts in personal development and savings, trusting that these efforts would multiply over time. I also dedicated time to skill building, knowing that incremental improvements would lead to mastery. This mindset shift alleviated the pressure to achieve quick results and helped me stay patient. I realized that the slight edge works silently and steadily, rewarding those who persist. Olson's perspective on time reminded me that success is a marathon, not a sprint, and that every small effort contributes to the bigger picture. Over time, I saw how these compounded efforts created a profound impact on my life. The final lesson in the slight edge is that adopting this philosophy is not a one-time decision, but a lifelong commitment. Olson encourages us to continuously apply the principles of small, consistent actions in all areas of life. I began integrating the slight edge into every aspect of my life: health, relationships, career, and personal growth. I realized that the philosophy was not just about achieving specific goals, but about creating a mindset of intentionality and resilience. Each day became an opportunity to make small choices that aligned with my values and aspirations. I embraced setbacks as part of the journey, knowing that consistency would ultimately lead to success. Living the slight edge philosophy brought a sense of empowerment and clarity. I no longer felt overwhelmed by big challenges because I knew that success was built on the small, manageable steps I took each day. Olson's teachings became a guiding compass, reminding me that greatness is achieved one choice at a time. The philosophy transformed how I approached life, making each day an opportunity to grow and improve. The slight edge taught me that success is not a secret but a simple equation. Small actions, repeated consistently, over time. By embracing this philosophy, I transformed my habits, mindset, and approach to life. Each choice I made became a building block for future success. What small step can you take today to create your slight edge? Remember, the journey to success begins not with a leap, but with a single step forward. Over time, these steps lead to extraordinary destinations, proving that the slight edge is a principle that truly changes lives.